presentation. So, on August 30th, I had the privilege of discussing the importance of mind, body, spirit balance, and that was at the Polling Library. I made a short presentation, and I discussed how lifestyle choices can enhance or distract from inner peace, healing, and wellness. What's cool about that is that lifestyle choices, like food, sleep, and exercise, are really the bottom line, and we control ours. So let's start with food and see how we can control food as a lifestyle choice to help us. Certain foods have anti-inflammatory properties, and examples of these are those you may have heard of are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as wild-caught salmon. There are other foods that have anti-inflammatory properties, such as dark leafy greens, kale, collard greens, Swiss chard, spinach. And then there are certain spices, such as turmeric and cayenne, that have anti-inflammatory properties. Now, before changing your current lifestyle routine or adding any of these to your diet, you must discuss any and all ideas regarding health and wellness, additions or subtractions, with your healthcare provider. People ask me about garlic. Garlic has many properties. There are many healing properties, and I discussed that as well at the Polling Library. The main point about garlic is if you have fresh garlic, you should chop it up and expose it to the light and air for about 15 minutes before you add it to your food. And there are some important healing reasons why. There are pros and cons to garlic. If you're going to take medicinal amounts of anything, if you're going to take more than just a flavor of it, you're going to take it in large quantities, you must run this by your health provider, because there are impacts on blood, making it thin or thick, clotting. So there are really important health implications, so make sure you talk to your health provider. There are foods you can actually cut out of your diet, and you don't have to be as careful about cutting them out. Like, feel free to cut out the following foods. You can talk to your health provider, but you can cut these out generally, even if you don't talk to your health provider. White flour, foods labeled partially hydrogenated, anything that says on the package modified or processed or high fructose corn syrup. These are all foods you can feel comfortable to limit or omit from your diet. In terms of rice, white rice is not as beneficial as brown rice for some people, such as those living with diabetes. If somebody's living with diabetes, white rice might spike their blood sugar, whereas brown rice might not. Again, this is something to discuss with your health provider. There may be reasons why you should be eating rice. Rice does help some people who have certain digestive issues. So please, again, your health provider. Alrighty, so winter is upon us, and there are foods that you want to definitely ask your provider if you can add to your diet, because there are some healing reasons why you might want to add these. Winter squash, winter greens, cabbage, mushrooms, apples, and pear. These, according to traditional Chinese medicine, tend to warm the body, and they also have healing effects on certain organs. So you can look them up. You can look them up under traditional Chinese medicine, and again, as I said before, check with your health provider before adding these to your diet. So let's talk a little bit about sleep. You should know your own body, because different people require different amounts of sleep in order to feel awake and refreshed when they wake up in the morning. And yes, even if you're not a lark, even if you don't jump out of bed with the sun, you need to wake up feeling refreshed, because if you don't, that's a very, very important clue from your brain through to your body telling you, excuse me, something else is going on. So physical energy and mood reflect balance of mind, body, and spirit. If you wake up exhausted or in a bad mood, you need to know that these are signals from your brain